Are you intentionally looking for someone different than Kody?
I didn't intentionally have it be Kody's opposite.
Sister Wives' very own Christine Brown, and now you have moved on from the past and found some new love in David Woolley. Thanks for being here, and congratulations on your TLC wedding special. How awesome is this?
We're so excited. We're excited to see it, just like everybody else.
Yeah, way excited about seeing it.
David was mentioning the other day, you were like, I want to be a guest at our wedding.
Yeah, because everything was a blur to me.
Yeah.
So I want to see what it was like.
Yeah, because you're in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get married in 2 days.
I'm so excited for her.
I stalked him, found him online.
Yeah, you said let's meet. I went, oh yeah, she's aggressive.
I'm ready to get married.
The fact that they are openly affectionate soothes that wound that Kody inflicted.
Hey Janelle, how's it going?
This is really fun.
I just love him so much. I'm excited to say I do, and he's excited to say I do to anything I want. So.
We're having fun, you're having fun, I'm having fun. We're just gonna keep having more fun.
Well, on last year's tell-all, before you even met David, Christine, you spoke about looking for a guy who was bald with tattoos, right? And rode a motorcycle. I feel like you basically manifested David out of thin air, right? Are you intentionally looking for someone different than Kody?
I didn't intentionally have it be Kody's opposite, but then when we were talking about it, I realized it kind of was, I guess. I just wanted a partner, and I wanted someone who's good at communicating. I wanted someone who's attracted to me. But the bald and tattoos and motorcycle, I was just ready for a bit of a rebel and someone who was just edgy. And
I'm a rebel.
I just wanted someone who was just sexy and just embraced the sexiness of it. I mean, come on, bald tattoos and motorcycles. I don't know what's sexier than that.
David, how soon did you know with Christine that this was it for you?
It was our second date when we went to Little Mermaid, and I was watching her just be so in awe with the play that it just made her, and I realized that she has passion for life. Like everything to her is it's the first time her experiencing things, and I just knew that she was going to be the person that I wanted to be with. Didn't know how well we connected on everything we do, and communicating is really, really good. So it was, yep.
Christine, I remember on the show you were talking about your kids. I think they were encouraging you to date around, basically sample different ice cream flavors. Remember that?
Yeah, it was the ice cream flavor situation. They're so funny. I wanted to just have fun dating. I just wanted to have a good time, wanted to be casual and everything. And then as soon as I met David on the way home from the date, I realized, oh, this is it. Wow. He's the one. And so I had another date that night scheduled, and I canceled it.
No more ice cream flavors.
No, we're done. I met David, and I realized this is the ice cream flavor that I had in mind, and it was perfect. It was perfect. We synced up so well. We just synced up well on that first date. I was like, oh, this is it. So I had a matchmaker too, and I called my matchmaker, and I'm like, we're done. I'm done.
Were
I don't
you
need your help anymore.
I want to know about the proposal. I mean, David, kudos to you. I mean, how did it go down? Were you expecting it at all? Did you feel like it was even headed in that direction?
She is clueless about it, and I thought of a lot of ideas. My kids, your kids, were all like, "Let's do this big thing," and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. And so I had my friends. We were down in Moab, and we went on a ride, and we went to the edge of a cliff there. I had my friends filming and everything, but she had no clue. And I'm standing there, and there's a group of people there. I'm like, just come on, guys, got to get out of here. And she was just there. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. And yeah, it was special.
I didn't even know. He had the ring even in his hoodie coat. And we've been hugging the whole time, and we were close the whole time. And his friend so coyly, he's like, do you want me to take your picture, Christine? I'm like, yeah. And he holds it up, and he was recording it instead.
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
Christine, how will this marriage be different, you think? Is there something that you learned in the past that you will not do in the future? Or is there something in which ways are we looking forward here and won't repeat anything in the past?
Right. I think it's important to acknowledge the good things in the past. Like there's some great memories that I had with Kody, really great. And I am who I am today because I was married to Kody, because I had sister wives, because I lived polygamy and I like me. So as me liking me, I'm more confident than ever. It's just time to take everything that I've learned about myself and move forward. But what I never had before was, I've never been loved like this before. Never been loved like this. I feel it in every part of me. I'm more independent than I ever was, if that makes sense, even though we're around each other all the time. It just feels complete. Like my life feels, it's like I took my first breath. The first time that I knew that I loved him. No, this is the situation, girl. So we were at a family party. We were sitting in these chairs and he pulled my chair back to him and he put his arm around me. I laid my head on his chest and I could tell our hearts just synced up like that. I took a big breath and it was like I took my first breath. And I knew at that point I was in love with him and we were it. And it's more of even we were complete soulmates. And I knew it from that point on. So when you have that to start a life together with, nothing's going to get in our way ever.
Planning a wedding, I hear it can be crazy. I hear it can be exhausting. It's rough. I don't know. I've never done one before. So I want to ask you all about planning the wedding. David, I hope you were involved. I hope you didn't make Christine do all the work. What was it like planning the actual wedding for the first time?
I loved it. I had these ideas of like 4 colors. I wanted champagne to like plum, champagne to plum. And so I had these 4 colors I picked and I sent them off to David. I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, yeah, that's okay. But then I realized they're not really us. Or Moab. So I tied in a couple more colors of Moab and everything. And I sent that off to David. He's like, yes, with a period. So David's opinions are classy, they're good, and they are spot on. So the sign-in book, I went all over the place thinking about the sign-in book. What do we do? I don't want the same thing where you have this book and does anyone really look at it afterwards? I don't think so. And so I just wanted something different. And then I talked to David and I'm like, hey, we have a situation where we need a sign-in book. We've got to have something. And
I just said, I wanted, actually, this is bad taste. I wanted 2 life-size posters of us. We're thinking, Simon's like, that's stupid. I said, okay, then what about whiskey barrels? And he's like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And so we did the whiskey barrels and those were there. I did pick the venue. I picked everything about that part. She would say, well, do you like this? And it's like, you don't like that, do you? And I'm like, no. So then she did a lot of the detail part. I wanted to do the sword, like lightsabers. And he's like, you can't do that. I went, okay, fine.
Copyright.
So I found these glow sticks and they were perfect at the end of the wedding. You'll see where it's perfect. It was
perfect. It's like, I'd go up to him and I'd say, okay, we have this situation. What are we going to do? And he would get it figured out. And he'd be like, well, so the whole thing, I'm like, at the end of the wedding, we need to leave the venue. I don't want to do rice. It won't be seen. It's nighttime. What are we going to do? No candles. I don't want the flipping sparklers.
Bubbles. No.
None of it. I didn't want any of that. And so he's like, we found those wands. So he found the wands and they worked perfect. So that's what he's like. He has all of these wonderful ideas. The venue was perfect, babe. You did super great with that. He did a lot of the work for it too, just figuring out all the stuff.
The food, we all picked the food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The flavors of the cake we picked together. He was very involved. It was really cool to plan something with a partner. And that's what it's always been like for us. Like camping trips, we're partners. Everything that we do, like kitchen, cooking, whatever. He doesn't cook that much, but Thanksgiving was awesome.
I'm intimidated by her cooking.
He made some great food for Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you could say your favorite part of that day, which would it be? Really quickly, like what would it be your favorite part?
Favorite part of my wedding day? My dress. Walking in my dress to David. That was my favorite part, definitely.
And David.
And being up there, watching her come and get married. That was the meal. Yeah. The dessert was the party afterwards.
That was the meal.
Yes.
Y'all are both poets. Okay, the guest list. You mentioned the sign-in. How difficult was it putting together a guest list? I know that you didn't invite certain people, and that included, Kody and Robin and Mary. So what was it difficult for you? What was the hardest part about putting that together?
The hardest part on her part was remembering all my kids' names, all my family, and the names, and she kept going over and over and over, and it was just like trying to figure it all out.
People would like register differently. I had some people that were in our registry 3 times. I'm like, babe, who is this person? And he's like, that's so and so and so and so. I'm like, well, then who's this person? That's the same person we were just talking about, but their names would be spelled differently. I tell you, it was a mess. We knew who we wanted, but getting it all figured out in the invitations. And this is the one tip that I have. If you have some people you're going to invite to the reception and some people you're going to invite to the wedding, make sure you know. So when you get those RSVPs back, you know what they're invited to. Otherwise, you're just going to invite them to everything.
Yeah,
which is great too.
And now that you've been married for a couple of months now, how is newlywed life for you? How is it compared to previous decades of marriage? Like, what is it like? Are you guys still like, oh?
We are still like that. Yeah. Every morning. So I feel like you said it best as far as we're just going to move in and
just keep going forward and enjoy every day. Yeah. And I look at her and I appreciate her for who she is. And you asked her about describing it. And I trust her with everything. And if you can trust somebody, life, being married is so much easier if you can just trust that person. And I trust her with everything. So it makes it so much easier being in a marriage when you can trust that person.
Same. It's beautiful. I would say it's so romantic and so loving and so fun. And then simple. Like simple. We wake up in the morning and we drink coffee together and watch the news, and I play Sudoku, and I feel like we are just moving on with our lives together. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And you know what? And again, you can answer this or not. This is one of my final questions for you, because obviously we have interviewed several sister wives, and we've continued to watch you guys and flourish and grow and find your soulmates. I want to know this, because recently when Kody has been speaking out, he mentioned that he believed that you were really in love when you stopped mentioning him or talking about your relationship with him. Do you feel like you put that firmly in the past, or what do you have to say about that, him saying that?
I really honestly hope that Kody just can be happy and at peace. And the only reason we keep talking about it is because we're still filming the show, and what you see was forever ago. And no, I hope he can move on too. You know, I just know it's not even an issue. We're just moving forward, and I wish them the best. I hope he finds peace. I really do.
Well, it's evident that you two have found peace in each other, love in each other, and I can't wait for the world to see it on January.
Thank you.
Sunday,
yeah, thank you.
10 p.m. Y'all go. Just marital bliss. It jumps off the screen. It really does. And I can't wait to mimic that. Find my person. You have something. So congratulations, David and Christine. Seriously.
Well, thank you very much. It was nice meeting you.
So nice meeting you both as well. And enjoy newlywed season. Bye now.
Bye.